Welcome to What the Heck Have I Gotten Myself Into? This project, we are going to be taking this garage and rehabbing the floor. If you take a look at the floor, you can see a lot of blue paint, a lot of dirt. This is a 60-year-old garage and it's got 60 years of crap on the ground. Working on that scooter back there is really what did a lot of the damage to the floor. Come to find out, when you spray paint in the garage, you should probably put down a drop cloth. So, we are going to put down RaceDeck flooring. This is RaceDeck flooring. This is graphite colored tile. We're not actually using this. This was the free sample they gave us when we first requested a sample. So, RaceDeck flooring. I have a 22-foot by 22-foot garage. We're going to be using these interlocking tiles to fill it up. I'm going to be straight up front with you. It's a little less than $1,800 for the amount of tiles that we needed, including some transitional edges. If you go to the RaceDeck website at racedeck.com, there's a great video on how to do an installation. But my question is, do they really tell you everything? Because they sure make it seem easy. So, let's get started. We're going to start by getting into one of the boxes and taking a look at how they come. Alright, let's get it open. Sorry, couldn't find a utility knife in short order. I'll probably need one before we're done. Ooh, and there we go. This is alloy color, so it's going to be more of a silver and black checkerboard. This box actually has two different colors in it, the black and the silver. Also, all the other boxes are, I think, one solid color of one or the other. So, according to the video, you just crack this open somehow. Maybe this way?
Oh, no.
Alright, so my pushy director said for me to stop and figure out what I'm doing before I showed it on camera. So now we figured it out. It's just like this. And you see the toes lock into here. So we got a male and a female. Although this would seem more like the male and this would seem more like the female, but I think it's the other way around. So, that's how they come apart. Easy peasy. So, next we're going to have to start the layout process. We've already pretty much swept the garage and gotten all the loose debris out. So the next step is to lay out in an L pattern, starting across the doorway and then back up one wall. So we're going to start a timer and we're going to do exactly what they say. And we're going to see exactly how long it takes us to lay out that first piece of grid. Here we are, 17 minutes later. And it sure felt like a lot longer than that, I'll tell you the truth. And we've completed the first L. Now you can see that we have a gap over here that we're going to need to cut the tiles down. And a gap over here going along that wall that we're going to need to cut the tiles down. These gaps here, I'm just going to use the transition pieces. Transition pieces look like this. So the garage ramp. And I think that'll fill that in nicely. So, not too bad. It's amazing how exhausting it can be, especially after a long day of work. Just slam these in. But here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you exactly, now that I've done enough of them, I'll show you how it'll work. You're going to take the opposite edges and you put them together just like that. You line them up and then you can hear it just cracking in. Just nice, gentle pop. Don't feel like you have to stomp it. You don't. And if they're off of alignment, you'll start to see little stress lines from the plastic getting under pressure. But it's a real gentle maneuver. And so now I've got those two. Let me do one more. There we go. So the instructions say just keep working in the L pattern until you're done, really. So we just have to put in and start filling in the L's. Probably not supposed to do it quite this way, but since I did these as an example, we'll just punch those in and keep moving. And this is how we look after an hour. So one thing that we did learn is when you're stepping on them, you're going to be putting them in this way.
So if you step back here first and then work your way forward, they go in much easier. So stomp and then kind of pat it in on this way and this way. So that's the biggest thing that we've learned. Also, try as we might, there's footprints all over the thing, so we're gonna have to mop the hell out of it when we're done. I guess I should have known that, but still a little disappointed in our own messiness. So yeah, it's definitely making a huge difference. But we're gonna quit for tonight and come back at it tomorrow. Before we do that, I'll say that the reason that I chose RaceDeck over some of the other options like an epoxy floor is hot tire lift scared the hell out of me. This is a really old floor, and if we tried to epoxy it, I just don't know that I could get it that clean where I didn't have to worry about hot tire lift. The other thing I like about this is if I have some spillage, I think it's $4 a square or $3 and something a square, and you can just pop them out and replace them. So if something happens, even though they're pretty resistant to chemicals, petrochemicals, you know, anything that you could spill on it, it's pretty resistant. I think that, you know, if I have to replace one, I can. The other thing is, you can pick up a couple of the tiles back here, and if you get something underneath it, you just run a hose and let the water run underneath them because they've got channels underneath, and let the water run out of the garage. So you've got options for cleaning as well. So I will say that in all the reviews that I've read, they've all been very, very positive. But one thing that they did say is jack stands, because of their sharp metal edges, if you put the weight of a car on there, it can dent the tile. These tiles are really strong, so be sure you keep your scrap or extra tiles if you're gonna do this, so that you have them to put under the jack stands as kind of sacrificial tile, so that you don't end up damaging your actual floor, and you can kind of have a, or you know, put your jack stands on a piece of wood, something so it doesn't dent into the tile. But yeah, this is going really, really quickly. It's really just the trimming in. I think that's gonna take longer once we get the actual floor laid. We obviously have a lot of toolboxes and stuff to move, and a Cushman. So yeah, I'm looking forward, tomorrow's Saturday, I'm looking forward to getting after it. All right.